Well, howdy ho, stampers. Welcome back to my studio today. I want to show you today how to use the Altenew Weave Builder stencil. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but it is absolutely beautiful once you learn how to use it. And I'm going to incorporate some of our new stamps that are in the shop. We have quite a few new things in the shop. So head on over to teaspoonoffun.com and you're going to see in the shop all of the different things that we've added. So much fun. We just had our Stamping Saratoga style event. It was a huge success. There were over 100 people there, and we just had such a blast introducing new things and teaching and just laughing. So much fun. But today I'm going to show you how to use this new stencil. It is by Altenew. It's called the Weave Builder stencil, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to be using some Distress Oxide inks to do it. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways. Let me just show you some examples. So this one right here uses two different colors, okay? This one right here is just a monochromatic one using one color. I'm going to show you how to do that with the Distress Oxide Chipped Sapphire color right there. I'll show you how to do one stamp pad and get that two-tone effect. Just really, really pretty. Here's one of my favorites. This was Louie. Remember Louie? He's in our shop. And I used the background on him. Do you see how it gives you that little cube look? It's so very, very pretty. Just another one of Impression Obsession's dogs right there. As long as I've got Louie out, I just wanted to show you a couple of other ones. Nola Chandler, the designer of Louie, made this card for me, and I just absolutely love it. Here he is with I made him look like a little Scotty dog. And here he is. Isn't he so cute? So many different things that you can do with him. You can use him with the heart or without the heart. He's just adorable. And here he is again, and I made him a little wobble. We do have wobbles in our shop. You can make anything wobble. So I just wanted to show you little Louie. He is on this background right here. All right. And well, let's just get going because like I said, it's just so much fun to do. So let's just get plain piece of paper here so that you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. So I'm going to take one of my new brushes right here, and I label them. So this one I use for all my blue ones. All right, I'm going to take my Distress Oxide ink. I'm going to get a piece of paper right here. All right, and then I'm going to bring in my Post-it note. These are in the shop also. This is repositionable tape. And I will bring in my little stencil. So let me show you one of the things that I do to help my customers and my class participants. What I do is I put a little happy face on here, but you can use anything that you want if you do it my way. And it's up at the top. So this is what I consider to be the top. There's one piece down here that has just half of the design. You see how this has a little boomerang up here, but this one only has a half one. So I consider that the bottom to start. And this one is the top. So that's where I have my happy face. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up so that my happy face is at the top. And I'm just going to center this so that everything is about the same all the way around, okay? So these two designs right here start and stop off of it. So it doesn't look like it's halfway. Does that make sense? All right, and then I'm going to take my repositionable tape and just tape this down. All right, so now everything looks like it is pretty much straight. Let me just lift this up just a little bit. There we go. All right, so we've got the first layer down. I'm going to take this. Now, this is the part, doing it this way, this is going to be this part right here. So you want this part to be the darkest, okay? When we turn it upside down, you're going to take and do this part, and you want that to be the lightest. All right, so let's take and I'm just picking up some ink. I'm going to do it the darker one. All right. And it doesn't even have to be as dark as I'm making it right now. Depending on the pressure that you put onto your brush, will determine on the color. All right, so the more I put on, the more pressure I apply, the darker it's going to be. You want it to be fairly even, but it doesn't have to be exact. And it's pretty fast. Alrighty, that should be good. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to flip it over. So I'm going to take this and this, and you see where that little happy face is? What we're going to do is we're just going to flip it over from top to bottom, okay? Top to bottom. I'm not going side to side. I'm going top to bottom. So now the little happy face is on the bottom, all right? Now, do you see this little point right here? Let me just show you. You see this little point right there? That's the little point that's going to line up with, you see how you can still see the design underneath it. You can still see the design underneath it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this over until all of a sudden you cannot see that design. All right, move it over. You can see the design. That little point is going to go to the right side of this little guy right here. So I'm just going to keep going until I can't see it line up the top and the bottom, making sure everything is covered. As soon as that's all covered, you can take and lift up your pieces of tape and put them back on here. And we're going to do the second one. Now, since we did the first one very, very dark, we're going to take and we're just going to apply a little bit of pressure and make it very light. All right, this one is going to be our monochromatic one. See how much lighter this is? This is the Chip Sapphire Distressed Oxide ink from Ranger. It's absolutely a gorgeous color. Let me make sure I don't have this over. Yep, I did. Let's just move that right there. I didn't want it on the paper itself because otherwise we'd have a white spot. Whoops, I just moved it a little bit, but that's okay. You can always tell when you're moving it because you're going to see white. All right. Remember, not a lot of pressure on this second one because we want it to be lighter than the first one. All right. All righty. Are we ready to lift it up and see how beautiful? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at how beautiful this is. All right. So let me just show you what I meant by having, and it doesn't matter which way you put it because it's absolutely gorgeous every single way. All right. So this makes it look like the light is coming from the top because we've got the white there on the top. If we move it this way, it looks like the light is coming in from this way. You see how we've got the light here in the dark? And then if we go this way, it's actually on the bottom. So it's just a really cool geometric design. It's just so very pretty. Again, this is new in our shop, so take a look at that when you head on over to the shop. Let me just show you how to do, and one of the biggest questions I get was, I did this right here, nice and dark, and then I flipped it, but I did not clean it in between. You don't have to in between, but going from one to the next one, I am going to take my cleaning cloth and just clean it off because I'm going to go to a different color. So I want to make sure that it's clean in between the colors. All right, and all I do is just wipe it with a baby wipe here. And then I'll just dry it with a paper towel. All right, that's all there is to it. And we're going to do 2 different yellows. All right, this is going to be 2 different colors, but you do it the exact same way. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get out our yellow brush. Okay, I remember I told you this was the blue brush, and for this one I'm going to use 2 different colors. So let me just grab another piece of cardstock here and lay it down. Happy face up on top, center from top to bottom. Grab. If you're going to get all this out, why not make a whole bunch of them? That's what I'm doing right now, and then just put them to side. So remember, I want to do the darker of the 2 first. So this one I'm going to use dried marigold. And I'm going to do the dark first. All right. Alrighty, we finished with the dried marigold. Now what I'm going to do is just clean off my brush right here, get the worst of it off. These are for all my yellows. This brush right here is I use for all my yellows. I'm going to take and lift this up right here and lift this little guy up right here. I'm just going to flip it. Remember, the happy face is going to go down now toward the bottom. All right, he's not so happy. Remember that little point right there is going to go onto the end of, all right, see, it's off, off, but now if you just slide it over, that little point is going to be right on the right hand end of that other little thing right here. See that design right here? It's going to go right there on the very end. So that point is going to line up with the end of that one. All right, and then just add my tape to hold it in place. We're going to grab the scattered straw, and we're going to just, this one you can do dark because we've got two different colors going on. All right, and these are more fallish colors. See how fast this is? It's a great background. And it's all done with this Altenew stencil. It's so very, very pretty. Again, it's new in the store. There we go. Alrighty. Let's lift this up and see what we've got. Oh, so, so, so pretty. Look at that. Look at that. No matter which way it goes, it just looks so very, very pretty. Look at these two. Aren't they gorgeous? Okay, so let's put a card together with this background. And let me see. So the first card that I did, and I showed you right off the bat, was our new caramel girl. Let me just grab the, it's from Stamping Bella. It's new in our store. Whoops, that's not the one. Here we are. And our Stamping Saratoga style event was all about apples and fall. And even though we didn't use her, she was introduced at the event, and she's just so, so cute. Now, what I did was I colored her. I also used our brand new dies that are in the shop also. These are the 2D what are they, cross stitch dies, and this is the circle one. I also used some of my crystal glaze from Nuvo onto the carameled apple to make it look like it's really dripping. I don't know if you can see that. See the shine on the caramel apple? It's so, so cute. And then I just popped it onto the background, and that was the same background that I did right there. Isn't that so adorable? Just a really cute little fall card to send to somebody with the apples and whatnot. So that is Caramel Apple Girl. And then I used this one to finish off the card that I'm going to do now. So let's just put this one together. I'm going to take my card base. I added some black to it. This is our brand new marshmallow card stock in our store. And I'm going to add this little background right here. Using our new tape dispenser. I love this. Okay. Add that to the background. Now you've got to decide which way you want this, and that's the hardest part. I think I'll go this way this time. And then I'll take my bundle girl in the pile of leaves. If you live in the Northeast, when I was a kid, I just used to pile up the leaves and then just go and jump in them. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. How many of you guys used to do that? It was just so much fun. All the colors. It isn't peak yet here as far as colors go, but it's still starting to get very, very pretty. Now, another new thing in the store are foam squares. We have black foam squares, but we also have thin black foam squares. Okay, so these are the fat ones. These are the skinny ones. And then we have our fat foam squares in white, and we also have the thin ones. So check those out also. I'm going to use the fat black ones because I want to raise this to show that little cross stitch right there. So I'm just going to add these to the back of this to raise it up. And one of the things that I've been doing a lot lately is to offset off my card the actual pop-up. And the reason I like to do that is to give it dimension. Now I cut down these layers just a little bit than the normal layers, which are these right here, and that's so that the card will still fit into an envelope. So make this a little bit smaller so that you can hang this off like this and still fit it into an envelope. All right. So there is my adorable little card for today. Again, all of these things you can find in the shop. They are so adorable. Here's our other little girl right here. And here is, so here's the blue one. Here's the green one. Aren't they just gorgeous? And remember, these are done with the Distressed Oxide inks and just going lighter and darker or different colors like they are right here. So absolutely adorable. You have a great day. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. Take care, and thank you for stopping by.